This is Jet with Pop Austin Media, and I got singer, artist, Kayshon in the building. How's life, my guy?
It's good. It's good. How about y'all? How y'all doing?
Man, we just chilling on it. You know what I'm saying? It's summertime. It really is a hot boy summer.
It
God,
is.
dog, ain't
It
it?
is hot. Hot outside.
Hot summer. But let's start from the beginning though. Where you originally from?
Yeah, so I'm born and raised in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
Stayed South Austin and then moved up kind of North Round Rock area. So I've been here pretty much my whole life outside of college and stuff. So.
Okay, so you ain't a transplant like a lot of people.
No,
are.
yeah, born and raised here. So,
Okay, that's cool.
From the city.
How long were you down south opposed to north? Mixture?
Yeah, I mean, it was probably, we moved up north when I was probably like 15. So I spent more time South Austin, and then my last couple of years of high school, I was up north. But I always went to school in Round Rock ISD, so
okay.
my mom's just a teacher there, so that's just
okay. So that made it all right. So that made it easier. So like you just switched.
No, yeah, it was no
midway.
switch.
Yeah,
I went to school with the same people from like elementary school. It's just I lived 45 minutes from everybody else, so nobody was coming over or nothing like that.
Oh no, yeah, not at all down south. So how was childhood?
I mean, it was pretty good. I mean, I feel like my mom had me grow up in the church. That's kind of where I got into singing a lot. Just she always had me in church. I always had most of my friends lived in Round Rock in North Austin, so I didn't get to see them as much just because of the drive, and I didn't have a car and stuff. So it was really just hanging out with my sister a lot, and a couple of friends that I had at like church and stuff like that. But growing up wasn't too bad, thank God for that. But it's pretty nice life as a child here.
So when you pulled up with the homies, it probably at time to time, maybe if it was a special occasion, like, oh, he's here, he's out here.
Yeah. It's rare for me to come around because I had to ask her. I had to always ask if my friends could spend the night or something because I'm like, it's too far of a drive for y'all to just come down and not stay here. So it was nice when we finally moved up to North Austin, so I could hang around my friends a lot more.
For kids too.
Yeah.
The parents got to do it.
Exactly. They was not having it.
AKA it's too far for the parents.
Yep. Pretty much.
That's funny. So and then you said Round Rock High School?
I went to McNeil.
McNeil.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you had to guess in the lunch table, who was you sitting with?
I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting with the band. I was in band, so I was sitting with the band kids. I knew all like the athletes. I knew all the popular kids. That's just not the crowd that I hung out with most. I was always into music, so I was really just hanging out with I'm always been someone that's had a few close friends. I'm not really big into having a bunch of friends. So me and my close knit of friends, we probably be like the two band kids I was hanging out with that were just happened to be black and and a predominantly white school. So
it's funny you pick them out. You're like,
exactly.
yeah, let's go. Hey, give him that
Exactly.
first look real quick to give him that tell. You
That's
like,
it.
yeah,
Exactly.
he rock it.
Exactly.
No, get out. No, I'm
Nope.
playing. He like, please don't be overtaken. No. That's funny. So then you say you got into music. So you've been doing music since you were young.
I mean,
you said in the church, right?
Yeah. So I grew up singing in church. Played instruments, played piano, played the drums. But everything was like gospel music. That's just my mom was really big on gospel music, and my dad was really big on R&B, like old school R&B, like Boyz II Men, New Edition, Mint Condition,
the
like
good shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. And so I didn't get to listen to rap music a lot, so it was just kind of that's what I grew up on. But I didn't get to create my own stuff until I got older, because obviously some of the content I write about is not church music. So
I know. So how does mom think about that?
They're actually really supportive. Like
she finally warmed up to the fact.
Like they weren't too fond of the language I use sometimes, or like if I curse, they're like, well, let's try to not use that word. But they've been my main supporters actually, so it's actually really nice to see.
Do you remember your first record that you played for them that you were cussing on there, and then when you wincing like, oh wait, you give them that, you got that look, you looking at what they see what they do.
It was like back in 2015. I had a song with a buddy of mine. It was called Weekends and B-Days, and that whole verse was about sex. So I played it for him because I was like, oh yeah, this is my first song, and I thought about it after I played it. I was like, why did I just play this song for them? It's like, this is not there. And they just kind of looked at me and they're like, well, it's not bad, but you didn't have to use all that language on there. But as I've gotten older, it's kind of just like, all right, like we can vibe with this.
You learn when to throw it
exactly,
in. Like, you sneak it in there.
Oh yeah,
like, did he cuss? He just keep rocking.
Exactly.
With it.
I try to turn the music down a little bit, just on the one word. I'm like, oh, all right, just turn it back up.
Funny. So when you finally figured out that, because so there's people that sing in, well, I wouldn't always say that, but I guess there's a few people that sing in church that necessarily don't. Well, there's a lot of people that don't take it to the next level, or maybe don't think, oh, I'm not good enough. What made you realize like I'm good enough?
It took a while. I'm not gonna lie to you. I never like singing in front of people. I was always writing. I'm an introvert, like naturally, so I never like to speak about my emotions. I would just write them down and then just show that. And like, if I liked a girl, write a little poem and then I just have them read it. I wouldn't say it. So it took me a while to just get used to hearing my own
poems
voice.
Do it though.
Oh, of course. Of course.
As cheesy as they think, they still do it. But go ahead.
But no, like it took me a while to realize like, okay, I can actually do this. It was just kind of, I got to the moment where I was just like, okay, I like what I'm putting out, and I don't really care what anyone else thinks. Like, it's cool if you listen to my stuff. If you don't, that's perfectly fine too. But once I got comfortable with liking my own music, then I was like, oh, sky's the limit. Like, I feel like I can do anything I want to now. It's just, I'll try any type of beat, any type of musicality style. Like, I don't care what people think. It's just,
you do got a lot of versatility of what I'm thinking of, and like kind of piggybacking off of that. Do you have any inspirations or influences in the mainstream music sphere?
So growing up, it would have to be like my main three influences was Michael Jackson, Usher, Chris Brown. They all were singers and dancers, and I did dance. I was a dancer when I was younger, so I always wanted to emulate them, and I feel like they all just kind of were different versions of Michael, obviously. But those are my top three people. But as I grew up, it was probably like Drake and Bryson Tiller, that singing and rapping aspect of it, because I was like, I'm not the most soulful singer, but I can sing. But I also like rap, because I'm not gonna listen to R&B all day. I'm not gonna lie to you. But Drake and Bryson Tiller, when I heard those individuals, I was like, oh yeah, that's the music that I'm trying to go for.
So do you think that R&B is making a comeback? Because a lot of the R&B artists were doing rap, like you said. So do you think now, with Tory Lanez and I mean Drake will do a full R&B, record?
Exactly.
What do you think? Do you make it is making a comeback, or do you think it still has?
I think it still has a ways to go. I mean, there's definitely some artists that are like coming up that's becoming more popular, even though they've been in the game for some time, like Lucky Day, killing it right now. But he's been, I didn't even know, he's been singing for a long time before he like really got popular, like this year or this past couple years. So I think there's still room for it to grow, but it's definitely back on the come up. I think people need to, I think like even Diddy said like he has like his own R&B label now that he's about to make. Just because he's like, he feels like people need to have R&B music.
What's Diddy gonna do?
Yeah, I have no clue what he's doing with that.
Who he gonna drop?
Oh, not at all.
Whatever they do so wrong, oh, they gone.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting though to see, because I mean, that Bad Boy sound in the '90s.
Exactly.
That shit's unmatched. What do you think about the R&B presence in Austin?
Think
it's wide open? You think the lane's open?
I think the lane is pretty wide open, which is why I kind of wanted to get into that, just because I know there's a ton of Austin rappers, and even when I was younger, it's always heard about rappers in Austin. Never heard that many people that were doing R&B or making it on the, like, putting Austin on the map for R&B. So like myself, I know there's another artist that I went to school with. His name's Genesis Gray. He does R&B, really dope artist. Like, we're trying to make that move for R&B to come back into the city, just because it's so saturated with rap right now. And I need something to just kind of ease that, just go back into something melodic. But I think the lane's pretty wide open right now for people that want to get into R&B in Austin specifically.
I think so too, and just singing in general.
Yeah,
like, a lot of singers even.
Not in Austin, no.
I mean, there's some.
Well, yeah.
Opposed, like you said, the ratio of rappers to singers.
Yeah,
is like out the wazoo.
It's night and day. It's hard to find opportunities for like R&B singers. I feel like to find something to do in Austin.
Like, shows to be like, which show do you perform at?
Exactly.
Because then you don't go. Do you want the hip hop's like, I don't want to be in the guitar strumming. I don't want to be. You got to find that middle pocket, right?
And it's hard. It's really hard, and because you don't want to go to a rap show and start singing, because the crowd there is not there to hear you sing.
You don't even know who's out there, what the vibe's like. You're like, man, all these people me mugging.
Exactly, and I've done that before. Like, I went to a show. I think I was the only person it was in Houston, but I was the only R&B artist, and I quickly realized that after hearing like the first three performers, I was like, oh, this is a rap show. And I was like, well, I'm playing R&B music, so if y'all vibe with it, cool. But that's what I am. Like, that's who I am. So it was nice. It turned out good, but I was a little concerned.
Ladies are always gonna like.
Oh, yeah,
that's
for
the
sure.
Good thing. So as long as you see ladies, you're good. You're like, okay, bet, fuck the dudes. I can make this rock.
Exactly.
Who cares? Exactly. Do you have any producers in Austin that you link with, or where do you normally get your beats from?
So typically, Beats have come from YouTube. I'm not going to.
So the type beats?
Yeah, it's like.
Damn, type beats is killing it right now.
It's been YouTube, but I've worked with some really good engineers in Austin. Jamal, I believe his name's Jamal Anderson. I think that's his last name. Works at Spitshine. I just linked with him because I just moved back to Austin. So.
Where did you move to? We said
I lived in Milwaukee for a year.
Oh
and
man, that's random as hell.
I worked for the Bucks.
Oh
so
damn!
That's how I got the ring, the championship.
Oh,
ring.
You got the IM. That's random as hell.
Yeah, I was there when they won the championship.
What was you doing with them?
I worked in sales.
Sales.
So if you're a full-time employee and your team
everybody
wins,
gets the ring. I didn't even realize
ring.
everybody just like from that. Like, goddamn, you pull a Giannis. Yeah,
oh, exactly. Yeah, I got my ring and I got out. So
I did.
Perfect timing because they unfortunately
I retired right when you went out like a G.
Exactly. I left the champ, so that's all that matters there.
That's dope though. I didn't even realize that. That's too funny. But so you went out there, you did that, and then you came back out here. What we talking about? Producing and whatnot. So then, okay, interesting. Yeah. So and like you said, you've been rocking with Spitshine,
and typically like the last few records I had or singles, it was done in Houston. With a different engineer up there that I just really enjoyed working with after connecting with him. And then my first EP was done also in Austin. That was at Spitshine with a guy named Jeremy. He engineered that whole EP
Spitshine,
for me.
I really like what they got a lot of good cats up there that do their thing.
Very good people too.
Hella dope. Do you have any artists that you haven't worked with that you want to work with? Anybody you've been eyeing? Maybe if it is a rapper, maybe it's a girl singer. I don't know if you got a woman, so I ain't trying to mess that up.
I do.
But girls saying you got to get girls on the track.
I have a song with a girl that her name's Mariah Nicole. She's out of Houston. She's on one of my songs called Back to You. Extremely good vocalist. Pleasure to work with her a couple times. In Austin, at least, I'm really just open to work with anybody. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't have anybody specific that I'm really just I gotta work with you. I'm really just. Because I feel like I'm so versatile in what I do, I feel like I can go onto different songs. Doesn't mean if it's a trap beat, it's soulful R&B, I can feel like I can hop on it. So I'm really just open to. I'll work with anybody if it makes sense. I have to like the beat first, but if I like the beat, I'll get on it for the most part.
You also kind of remind me with some of the even with that and we'll talk about that in a second. But the Coast, it reminds me of like a Omarion vibe too.
Yep.
Like when I hear it, how he also dives into the different things, so it kind of reminds me of that. I don't know if you take that as a
I take yeah.
I rock
Omarion, I was iceboxing where my heart used to be.
Oh
as
yeah,
a kid. I was in the dance moves and everything.
Oh yeah, I'm so cold.
Exactly.
That was a hit. Your management, talk about that.
Yeah, so
I saw the link in the bio. I don't know if it's still your.
Oh no, yeah. That's my manager.
You almost had to look like, nah, I'm not with that.
No, it's Patrick. This actually his company, Paramount Trading Group, or Paramount Holdings Group. They do stock options and stuff like that. Pretty successful. He's actually one of my fraternity brothers. But he had a lot of connections in Houston, just kind of networking through his business and things of that nature. So gotten a lot of great opportunities with him. We had a showcase in Austin last year. Just because I couldn't find anything for that I can make my own lane in. So I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to make my own showcase. And he was able to get Mona Leo to perform as she headlined it. So got to open up for her. So he's opened up a lot of doors. Got to go to Atlanta, open up for Cali and Young Jock. So he's doing a good job.
It makes it easy to not, so you don't have to go up and be the one talking, and then I just had a middleman. You I bet, yeah, we showing up. I bet, yeah.
Exactly. I enjoy it.
It looks good from the end too.
Yeah, right? Yeah. But I enjoy it. I'm not afraid to go find my own. I had a performance in Milwaukee.
It's just the optics, though.
It looks better when you have someone do it for you. Talk to my manager.
Unfortunately,
sometimes if you're not on his game, I'm like, bro, just talk to me. I'll get it done a lot quicker.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool because at least you had that facing. But it's if it's just see independent artists say they do it all themselves. I'm like, man, that just be rough.
It's tough. It's really tough.
You just getting jerked around, circle jerk. Take a Risk was that the single before the Coast?
Take a Risk. Yes, it was. Yeah, okay, I dropped that in January.
So you dropped that at the top of the year, and then you went to Coast. So talk about Take a Risk, and then talk about Coast, the newest single.
Yeah. So Take a
Risk.
Risk.
Listen to that on a Monday Music Review.
Oh, yeah.
So, TJ was rocking with it. We all rocking with it.
I
so
appreciate that. Well, yeah, Take a Risk came about. I was sitting in I was in Wisconsin at the time. Obviously, we're still kind of high off the champions. Obviously, the Golden State just won, but we were the last. We were the defending champions. So kind of just sitting on that, and I wanted to start the new year off with like, okay, I'm in a real 9-to-5 job, but I also want to do music. And the whole concept was just like, if I would take a risk, like I can actually see where this goes, or do I just stay the 9-to-5 job, which is kind of the cover artist, either corporate America or go into the music life. And so like I have little excerpts of like The Ring. I said the boy just got a ring. This must be my year. So kind of showboating, but also just like you can get
wondering,
to.
I was like, boy, just got a ring. Like, what ring you got? You don't think it was just a bar or whatever. No, but you literally got
I literally have a ring. So it was really just an opportunity for me to just not only talk about myself, like I'm only getting places that I'm getting to by taking the risk, but like for anybody else that's listening, like if you're contemplating what you want to do, but you like really have a passion for something, like just take that risk. Like you never know what that's going to get you. And if you don't take the risk, you're going to be sitting at home just like, oh, well, I wish I could have did something.
Damn, I should have took that risk. At least you know if you take it, you like, well, don't do that again.
Exactly. It's like if I suck, I suck. And I was like, at least I tried it. And I know that at the end of it, I did what I wanted to do. And then now I can just work my normal life, I guess. But
yeah, it makes you happy.
Exactly.
And then Coast is more of like a summertime record, right?
Yeah, Coast was a fun one. I think I made that also while sitting in my apartment in Milwaukee. I was just about to change jobs, which is why in the song I had said, like the first verse I said, headed from the north, like right back to the south, because I was just leaving Wisconsin, coming back here. And I was just looking for something fun to do. I had gotten the mode where I was writing a bunch of R&B, like just songs that was about how I was feeling, like mental health wise and everything like that. And I was like, I really need a break from this sad stuff. So I'm gonna make a fun record. And I heard the beat immediately, and I was just like, oh, yep, I already know what I'm doing with this. I probably wrote it in about an hour, and then I was vibing with it ever since. And then unfortunately, I showed it to my friends and stuff because some of them get like little early listens, and I was like,
you got to give it a little test.
Yeah, they was listening to it for like 3 months before I released it, and I was like, all right, I need to finally go ahead and get this out. So,
you got your tape. You already know they rocking.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited. That's probably one of my, outside of Late Night, Coast is probably my favorite song that I've done so far.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, hella, like I said, hella rocking with it, hella summertime jam. So just wrapping up, what do you think about the Austin scene currently, just as a musician?
I mean, I feel like Austin's always been a great city for music. I'm still trying to figure out ways to get more involved, link with more artists. Even like with submitting my music for the Monday music submissions, I've had artists that are from Austin that's reached out to me. So I definitely appreciate it, which is like, networking is huge for me. Like I definitely want to extend my brand as far as I can extend it, and especially coming from Austin, would love to work with other Austin artists just so we can all get the city back on the map, because I just feel like we don't have that big staple artist that's coming from the city to represent us. And for it to be the live music capital of the world, I would hope Austin would have somebody that can represent it. So whether that be me or somebody else in the Austin scene, I feel like it can definitely happen. Just need the opportunity for it.
You just need one person.
Exactly. Just need one listen. That's it.
That's all you need is just one person. Even like you said, one person to listen and one person to blow out the city. Like, all right, now the floodgates can open up with all the talent that we have out here.
Exactly.
So like you said, even working together, that's the biggest thing. Where can we find you at on the digital streaming platforms?
Yeah, so I'm on everything but SoundCloud. I'm on
I feel you.
Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, pretty much wherever Amazon Music, wherever you listen to music, I'm there. I didn't do the SoundCloud route just because I felt like every time an artist or like I would talk to somebody about doing music, people don't take you seriously at first. And I felt like if I just gave them my SoundCloud link, then they really wouldn't take me as serious. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not even going to do so. As much as I mess with SoundCloud and I love it and I think it's a great platform, I was like, I have to go straight to like Apple Music, Spotify, because people aren't going to listen to me if I say, hey, I do music, and they're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, everyone does.
Because nobody has a SoundCloud app. Exactly. They're gonna listen to it probably from the link.
Exactly.
And all that, to where they have Apple Music, whatever that is. Those apps are gonna be more prone to what they got.
Exactly. So I wanted it to be people would take me more serious, and I just felt like that was just one of those steps that would help me at least get taken more serious if I was on the big major ones.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Hell yeah. And then, yeah, like I said, exactly like that. And then,
Kayshon,
where can we find you at on social media?
So right now, going through a rebranding on like Facebook and Twitter. But on Instagram, you can find me _ Kayshon, Kayshon. And then my website is also on there. And if anybody wants to like reach out for like collabs or anything like that, on the website that I have on my Instagram, that you can link through there. There's a contact me, so we can either get in touch that way or just DM me. I'll answer DMs. Honestly, that'd probably be the quickest way to get to me. But that'll be the quickest way to reach me right now is through Instagram at _Kayshon.
Yeah, he said he ain't gonna make it no way to where you can't reach out to me.
Okay.
He said you gonna find me either way. We got you some merch.
Oh,
big
thank
dog.
you. Appreciate you.
Rock that through the city. You know what I'm saying? The hottest media in the city.
I love
it. Appreciate you coming through. I'm gonna keep jamming that record. Keep jamming all your records. Looking out for your new stuff. Keep doing your thing.
Appreciate it.
This is Jet, boy Kayshon. I'm gonna pop off some media, and I'm signing out. Kayshon, let's get it.